Hello everybody, welcome to today's video, which is our homeschool morning routine. I wanted to take you guys through a regular morning of our homeschooling and show you what it looks like a little bit. So here it's almost 9 o'clock and you see me getting ready for the day, going over my planner, going over my notes for the day, just really kind of absorbing what needs to be done. At this point, I've already done my own morning stuff, already had my coffee, everything like that is done. Sometimes I do this the night before, but sometimes I don't have time, so I just go through both of the kids' school books. Here is what you're seeing, and I write down on this big sticky note what each kid's task is for that day. Now Wednesday's workload is not as heavy, so there's not so much, especially for Grayson. He's only in 1st grade, and my daughter Mackenzie is in 4th grade. So I just go through both of their books and I write down all the things they need to do. I'm more thorough with my daughter because she does a lot of school independently. I do need to still come in and help her, but for the most part, she can do a lot herself. So once I've done that, we are ready to start. I grab all of the school books that we will need for that day. Sometimes I have them displayed in the window, but it's been hot, so I didn't want the books to get warped. I make them their own little piles, and we are ready to begin. So once I kind of give the kids the okay, they grab their school boxes, which is these little plastic bins you see. It just keeps their basics, so their pencils and their crayons and everything. And then they grab those, sit at the table, and we go over the notes for the day. You see my daughter and I going through her tasks for the day and talking about what she can do independently and what she will need my help on, because some things I have to read to her or explain to her, and so she gets to choose what she does first, and here she's chosen to start math first. She really enjoys math, and often she will choose to do math first thing in the morning. Today we were going over old concepts. This was one she didn't really remember, so I needed to help her a little bit, and that happens. And so I kind of sit down and I go through both kids' schoolwork. So when my daughter is doing her own thing, I kind of get her started, and then I'm able to start on my son. He also decided to do math first today, so this is me just kind of going over math. He really needs me to do math along with him. Most of his work is guided by me the entire time, whereas my daughter can kind of do it herself, or maybe just needs a quick explanation and then I can help. Something you don't see is me also getting up a few times and going to tend to the little ones that are just off playing, just out of sight of the camera. That's very intentional. I usually set out little busy boxes or just things that they can do that are a little more special, just to keep them occupied while we are doing our schoolwork for the day. As you can see, I'm getting a little frustrated here. Some days aren't as easy, but now we're going to move on to a project with my son. So he's been learning about the earth and the earth's crust and how mountains are formed. So here we're doing a little blanket demonstration about plates and how they move under the earth's crust. So him and I thought this would be an easy demonstration since I do like to do physical demonstrations or projects, but I didn't have a lot of time today. So him and I just got a blanket and we played with this, and they actually loved this activity. They decided to do it together on their own after I was finished with him, and they did this for a few minutes, just playing with different mountain ridges. So here it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and we've done like maybe half of our school. So usually at 10 o'clock we have a little tea and snack time. Everybody just kind of needs a stretch and a recharge. I don't want their energies to dip and everybody to get frustrated. So we all grabbed a banana muffin and some tea, and we began the rest of the schoolwork. So my son on Wednesdays, like during the week, he doesn't have a whole lot to do. So he's just finishing up and I am helping him dictate passages or like the retell stories. And we go over his word lists for the day. We talk about his sight words, all of that fun stuff. And this is his last portion of the day. So he did really well. I know, I just wanted to keep that frustrated part in because sometimes reading with small children is really frustrating if they're not into it, which is why we ditched it after a little while. We'll try again later. But we're just going over the last little bit of his words here. My daughter's been working independently this whole time. And then he is done and finished for the day. So this is kind of just me telling him that he's all done and that he can go do whatever he wants now. I do like free afternoons. Once you're done school, the afternoon is yours. Go for it. So he was quite excited. By now it's 11 o'clock. And now this gives me an opportunity to totally finish everything I need to do with my daughter. So everything that she needs me to read to her or really go over with so she understands the material, her and I sit down around this time and do that together. Some days it's heavier, some days it's not so heavy. Today we needed to be really efficient and we needed to get everything done on a tighter schedule because we had a virtual meeting with our school facilitator right after school time. So we were just kind of flying through and getting everything done, but the kids really worked hard today and they were really efficient and I'm so proud of them. This day went so smoothly, minus the little frustrated hiccups, but that happens sometimes. So once she's all done her work, she didn't have any projects to do today because she does that on a different day. We just clean up the school table and everybody helps me tidy. Grayson had already tidied his bits when he left for his afternoon time. So she's just helping me tidy up. I put all the school books back. We load the homeschool closet back up. I have to fix the table often. I open the curtain because it gets too bright when the sun is shining and we're trying to work at the table. And this is me just like looking at my watch and telling the kids how well they did because they got done by like 11:30 this day. And it was so good because we had a meeting at 1 o'clock, I believe. So this was perfect. It gave me time to make lunch and do all of the fun things after. Hey guys, I just wanted to pop on here and chat a little bit about our day. So homeschool stuff is so hard for me to film. If there's an echo, I'm gonna just shut this door a little bit. So I just want to put into perspective, I know that was short. I had a lot of filming of us just sitting at the table, but I didn't want to just like make you guys watch just us sitting at the table because some days that's really what we do. Especially this day, this was a little bit of a different day just because we really had to be on schedule because we had a meeting. The kids had to be participating in the meeting. So the way we homeschool here is we are with a school board. We get to choose any school board within our province. And then we get assigned a facilitator. Now we've had the same facilitator for 3 or 4 years now, and 4 years, I guess. And we absolutely love her, and she's awesome, and the kids know her really well. And so it's really an exciting time to get to meet with her. Unfortunately, due to the current climate, we had to meet virtually, which is still fun. The kids get to pull out their work. They've been collecting little portfolios to show her. They show her projects they've done. But generally, Wednesdays are more chill for us anyway. Mondays are a heavier school workload for us. And usually Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's more project oriented. So if we have like science experiments, things like that, we follow the Blossom and Root homeschool curriculum. So this is my first year doing the entire curriculum with Blossom and Root, and I absolutely love it because until now, I've kind of used pieces of it or I've completely created our own curriculum. We started as unschoolers, and we definitely have some unschooly traits despite you seeing a day of us sitting at the table. Sometimes that just needs to happen. And right now, since I'm working and I mentioned that I have other little ones around, this is just how I need to function right now. This is how everybody still gets to have their needs met and everything happen nicely and them learn the things they need to learn. This is just how it's working right now. So Blossom and Root kind of came to our rescue, and I have loved the curriculum so far. I need to supplement history and math, and we do that easily, but really, I just love the curriculum. And then more importantly, the kids really love it too, and they connect with it. And I love that we can kind of like alter it if we need. That's just something we're always going to do because that's the nature of our style of homeschooling. But yes, in order for me to be able to work at home and homeschool my kids and take care of little ones and do all of the things that are required of me. That was one thing that just needed to happen. I needed something that I could follow that wasn't a crazy workload, but that was still flexible and really just like learning hungry oriented, where we could go off topic if we wanted, or we could go explore something if that really resonated with a kid. And I really love that about Blossom and Roots. So that's the curriculum we follow, because I know I'm going to get asked about that. Now, I know this video is kind of short, but again, I didn't want to show you just us sitting at the table today, but I hope that kind of gave you a glimpse. This wasn't really like a day in the life or anything. It was just supposed to be a little homeschool morning routine, like our homeschool routine of how it kind of works out. And I think you guys got a pretty good glimpse of how that happens. So after, you know, mom does all the morning stuff, the kids do all their morning stuff, I just come to the table and we start our day. And sometimes we don't end until like 1 o'clock. I always break for lunch, but today they got done right before I had to cook lunch, so that made it much easier on me, and we were able to have our meeting and everything went really smoothly. So this is just kind of what an average day might look like in the Miller household for homeschooling, and hopefully this kind of showed you how I'm able to balance everything that I do. I get a lot of questions about that, like how can I work from home? How do I have extra little ones? So I have an entire closet that I call my homeschool closet, where it's full of like busy bags and things. I do toy rotations, but maybe I should film a video about how I keep little ones entertained and am able to sit like this at the table and do school with the big kids. But I just want to point out and make it very, very apparent that I got up several times to get snacks, get drinks, help out with a toy, you know, settle, change bums, things like that. It happens, it needs to happen, but again, since I'm respecting other people's privacy, I am not putting that in these vlogs, so you're not seeing that. But I just want to really drive home that it's still happening. We're not having this perfect, wonderful day where everything goes super smoothly and nobody happens to need me. It's just hard to portray all of that when I can't put some stuff in the vlogs. So anyway, you guys, I hope this was enjoyable for you. I hope that maybe it answered some questions or just kind of let you see into our day a little bit more. If you want to see more homeschool videos like this, maybe a day in the life, or if you have another idea or something you really like to watch about homeschooling that you want to see, or you want me to do a sit down and answer some questions about homeschooling or anything like that, please let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps. And of course, just let me know if your homeschool day is similar, or if it's radically different, or just chat with me about whatever you want in the comments, because I love talking with you guys, and I love how many homeschoolers have just arrived at this space. It's really a wonderful community, and we have a lot of extra friends this year because of everything that's happening in the world. So anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in my next one. Bye.